Welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy this content, and for those of you who are returning, as always, I want to say I appreciate every single one of you for all of your support. So this is going to be a general reading for whoever is drawn to this message. Essentially, it's going to be a message from Spirit. This is basically just a kind of like a random message for those who are drawn to this particular reading. So I was shuffling the cards, and at the bottom of the deck here, of the Animal Spirit Oracle cards, which I'll be using, we have Koi Fish Spirit, There Is Always Enough. Followed by, on the Good Tarot here, we have the Justice card. So this is a really interesting message here about a mindset revolving around equal give and take balance, and that there's always enough. So if some of you have been coming from this kind of like lack mindset, or not seeing that you have enough, there's a message about it. And what's really interesting about this is that I noticed that this is a number 36, right, which reduces down to 9, and then this is a number 11, right? So I'm getting like 911, like this is a kind of important message here, like very urgent. But before we get into the reading, I'm going to go ahead and bring this crystal singing bowl associated with the crown chakra just to kind of clear the energy here, get us into a high vibe state. So I encourage you to stay to this part, but of course you can always skip ahead if you feel called to do so. So let's go ahead and ring this bowl here and get this going. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and get started with this message from Spirit for you guys. As I said, I'm using the Spirit Animal Oracle cards, or Animal Spirit Oracle cards, I forget, I always get that mixed up. But anyway, let's go ahead and see here. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. Let's see what this message from Spirit is. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, you guys, this is 911, guys. Very important message. So we have 3 cards that are all essentially saying the same exact thing. We have Moth Spirit, Surrender Now. We have Hawk Spirit, Let Spirit Be Your Guide. Followed by Koala Spirit, which says Spirit Has a Plan. Are you guys seeing the theme here? This is massive. This is why I was getting that 911 kind of urgency. Very interesting. So some of you are getting messages from the divine. In various forms, ways, shapes, and forms. There is a need for you to surrender to the knowing. I feel like you guys are in a state of understanding that your intuition is leading you in a very specific direction, and this is what this whole Let Spirit Be Your Guide part is about. However, there is a need for you to surrender the outcome. There's a need for you to surrender control. It's about going with the flow of things. So your intuition is already leading you in the right direction, but some of you may be muddying the waters with your thoughts. So what feels good to you? When you're in perfect alignment, there's no anxiety, there's no fear, there's none of that. It's just peace. There's none of this like pulling feeling inside of you. It's very peaceful and calm. So Spirit has been guiding you through this, and it's calling you to surrender. There is a plan at work. There's a massive plan that you're not seeing here. There's a whole reason why whatever you're going through right now is happening. And it's big, and it's very good. I'm noticing here this pentacle kind of thing here where the third eye is at. Once again, I'm getting intuition a lot. And maybe this is in regards to your work. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because it's a little bit warm in here. So let's go ahead and get started with this, with the Good Tarot here. Surrender now. Wow, this is such a beautiful, powerful message. We have the 3 of Fire trying to come out here, and that's about waiting for your ships to come in. There's something you've manifested that is coming in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Wow, okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, how fascinating is this? You know, interestingly enough, before I started this reading, I kept seeing the Hanged Man, and here it is. Hanged Man is coming out. Surrender, right? This Hanged Man is all about surrendering and seeing things from a different perspective. I'm going to lay out the cards and then I'll get into the message. Wow, look at that. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Yep. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is beautiful, beautiful energy coming through here. Should I take these? Yes, I'm being told, guided to take these. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting the sense here, you guys, for whoever this message is about. There's something about divine counterparts here. Something about divine counterparts. For those of you on the twin flame journey, or on your journey for your divine counterpart, that seems to be coming in, and there's a massive plan going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing here. So, opening up here, we have the King of Water, right? So you have this King of Water, very lovely, beautiful, loving energy coming from this particular King of Water. It's very benevolent. There's a sense of benevolence. And I want you to note here that with the Two of Water, the King of Water is actually, the way the cards are laid out, is turning away from this Two of Water, the Two of Cups. And interestingly enough, we have the Queen of Earth here, the following card, right? And note how these two people are not looking at this connection, right? They're turned away. Now, what's really interesting is that this Queen of Earth isn't the counterpart. This feminine energy isn't the counterpart for this person. And I'm gonna get into why that is in a minute here. We have following this, we have the Two of Earth, right? And the Two of Earth here is balancing its options. It's trying to find priorities in life. The Queen of Earth here is actually, okay, maybe it is counterpart, but this Queen of Earth is busy with something. You see how she's looking at the practical side of life. And what I'm noticing here with this King of Water is that this King of Water is looking at this fish. It's like this King of Water discovered emotion. The fish seems to be like a message for this King of Water about emotions and like understanding emotion. And it's busy looking, this King of Water is busy looking at the emotions, right? And he's holding this fish in his hand. And interestingly enough, we have two fish for the Two of Water, right? So I'm getting the sense here, this King of Water, it's not that he's not recognizing the connection that you guys have. It's more like he's actually exploring his emotions for the first time. And so it's about a lesson in self-discovery for this person in the realm of emotion. Now, this Queen of Earth, on the other hand, likely, I mean, she appears to be a bit somber, very serious here, because she seems to be more interested at this time in creating a financial balance in her life. And of course, remember, I refer to he and she, but gender isn't really specific. It's more about energies than anything. You know, you could be a man with very feminine energy, or, you know, vice versa, a female with very masculine energy. So this applies to, you know, same-sex couples, LGBT people, all that good stuff. And even, you know, heterosexual people who tend to be, you know, because you could be a divine feminine in a masculine body and still be straight. That's a thing, right? So we have the hanged man energy here. And what's really interesting, I don't know why I'm seeing this. See, if you turn the hanged man around, note the correspondence in this Two of Pentacles, and you see those figures, they're like matching, like their gestures are matching, if that makes sense. And but right now, they're like this, right? Because the hanged man is about new perspective, it's about letting go and surrender. And so once this surrender is achieved, once this new perspective is achieved, this hanged man becomes upright and he's free, and now he's flying, if that makes sense. It's really interesting, right? Spirit has a plan, and you're being guided through this. And of course, the hawk is like a guide, it's a messenger. So there's this, and there's, interestingly enough, this hanged man has wings. So there's this whole thing about, like, once you release control, there's this, like, flight of taking off. And then the spirit has a plan. There's a reason for that you're in this hanged man energy. I'm getting this as you, and possibly your counterpart. Now we have the Five of Earth following. And it's really interesting because the Five of Earth typically depicts, you know, a lack mentality. And I think I was talking about that earlier, right? Before we started the reading, when we had the There Is Always Enough card, the koi fish spirit. And Five of Earth typically represents a lack mentality. And I'm noticing how this particular figure here, there's a lot of nature here. They're overgrown with nature, and they're clutching their heart. This has something to do with the heart space. Oh, it's really interesting. This figure is looking directly at this tiny bird here. I don't know if you guys can see that little bird. Let spirit be your guide. Ah, this person is grounded. This person is stuck. They're growing into the place where they're at. There's a sense of stagnation here. You see how the feet aren't present. They're overgrown with moss and other vegetation. So there's something about being stuck in something. There's a sense of being stuck, and spirit, the little bird, right, the hawk, is like saying, it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you something. And now here's where things get interesting, because we have a divine pairing now. Underneath the Two of Water here is the Queen of Water. And so we have this sense of inner peace. And know how peaceful she is. Look at that. We go from this very somber queen energy of the Queen of Earth to this very, very peaceful, loving Queen of Water energy of like being open and expansive and intuitive and aligned with your inner knowing. And then this beautiful energy of the Nine of Water comes up, this Nine of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment. That was a pretty heavy sigh on my part. There's a sense of satisfaction. It's really interesting because I'm getting the sense of longing. Like really trying to tap into this right now. There's a sense of longing attached to satisfaction. It's this combination of both of these feelings of like, no, there's this deep inner knowing about your wish fulfillment, and there's a longing behind it. And then we have the Four of Water, which usually represents like missed opportunities. And I'm noticing how this person is extending. There's like an offer being made here, but she's looking directly at like the vast vistas of the ocean, like the depths of the ocean. She's like holding this out and like, right, the thing is here, but they're looking directly like past things. Like it's not even necessarily looking directly at you, because it's like looking at the vast vistas, looking at the endless possibilities. For some reason I'm getting the sense of endless possibilities. It's like, and interestingly enough, I put this below the Two of Earth. Maybe somebody's having a hard time making a decision about an offer, or accepting an offer, or really trying to look at things from a different perspective. They're like, maybe this person is exploring all the different possibilities of how this could be presented. And then here's that longing that I was talking about with the Six of Water. You see how like there's a deep longing here. I can't even like, there is a, I don't want to say sadness. It's not exactly sadness. It's just, I get this deep longing. It's like I've been waiting what feels like an eternity for this. Oh, and look at this, and look at this, and look at this. Oh, okay, so her reflection, so know how she's holding her tummy kind of like in this state of longing. And then at the bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see this because it's very dark, but this person is like clasping their hands together like in prayer. It's like you've been praying for something. Subconsciously, or deep within you, you've had this longing and this inner knowing, and there's this sense of longing for the thing to come to fruition. And of course, the Six of Water is below the Hanged Man here, which is like this letting go of the longing, or accepting the longing, looking at the longing from a different perspective. And so then we have this Ace of Air that comes in, this beautiful, expansive message. There's a message here that you're going to receive about this. There's a message here, and it's coming in very quickly, and I'm not getting the sense this is from a person. I'm getting the sense that this is from some sort of epiphany that you're having, some sort of message from spirit, right? And then at the bottom of the, interestingly enough, I picked up the deck. The Page of Fire comes out, which is inspiration, which is also a messenger for you. And the Page of Water here is also a message. So I'm feeling guided to pull more cards here. There it is. And note how I was talking about the Three of Fire. And look at this. Here we have the King of Earth. two divine counterparts. These are divine counterpart energies. Again, this manifestation is coming. You've been waiting for this. And so now the king of earth and the queen of earth meet, and the king of water and the queen of water meet. It's like, and it's really interesting because both of these are feminine energies, right? Even the masculine, right? Earth and water are considered feminine energies. And so it's this beautiful blending of the material, the spiritual, the practical, and the mental space as well. This is such strong divine counterpart energy. And here we have this beautiful emperor. And it's not coming through as, because sometimes the emperor can come off as controlling, right? But I'm getting the sense here with all this water energy and this beautiful, it just feels very beautiful. It's like this person discovers or rediscovers their power. They rediscover their power after... This is a part of the plan. This is a part of the plan. This is what I'm getting. Okay, so if you guys are on the twin flame journey, and you've been waiting for things to move forward, the reason things haven't been moving forward is because it's not about you, divine feminine. Although it is and it isn't. It's like, it's kind of convoluted here, because what divine feminine, what your responsibility is right now is to focus on your material world and creating abundance for yourself in the material world. So if you've been working on a project, or if you've been trying to build wealth, or a solid foundation for yourself, that's what's important right now. That's why the Queen of Earth is looking at the Two of Pentacles, trying to reprioritize things. And with the Five of Earth here, that's why you're stuck. There's a sense of stuckness here, because the money or the abundance you're looking for hasn't come yet. And on the masculine's perspective, they have been rediscovering their emotions. They haven't been in tune with their emotions in a very long time. And so they're actually trying to build wealth as well, but from a very different state. You know, you're very attuned to your emotions. Of course, the feminine usually leads the masculine on the twin flame journey, right? So this is about you understanding your I don't want to say ahead, because it kind of adds this like you versus them, because it's not you versus them. It's like you're feminine. You're so attuned to your feelings, your emotions. So you're so attuned to your emotions. And in this way, this is one of your strengths that the masculine does not have, right? Because it's about polarities. So you have this beautiful feminine... I just got a ringing in my ear. You have this beautiful feminine energy that allows you to tap into your emotions, of course, because that's what the feminine does. And the masculine is learning this from you. You may have demonstrated this in a very particular way, and they're recognizing your power, but from a different state. They're realizing through this hang-up here, through this stagnant energy, that they've likely reflected on the past. Look at the, I get that feeling here, right? Six of Water, the past, you know, soulmate connection, past connections, and there's a sense of like, I mean, look at this, there's a sense of awe, right? I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. I'm getting this sense of awe and inspiration from this King of Water. The way he looks at this fish is like, this is brand new to me. What is this? And it's from a place of beauty, though. And so this really beautiful energy here. I can't get over it. There's this realization on the masculine's perspective about what it means to feel feelings again, like true, deep feelings. And they're exploring this new avenue because it's likely that they haven't been able to be in tune with that. And you, feminine, demonstrated this through your power, through your ability to be vulnerable, through your ability to be attuned with your emotions. You demonstrated to this masculine what it means to be free in the heart space. And during this time, this hang-up is happening because while this masculine is exploring their emotions, they're also learning to come into this beautiful emperor energy of being in control of their life. Not controlling, but in control of their life. This very protective, very masculine, very standing in my power, right? There's just so much power that comes from this card. And note how it's depicted here by the lion here, and it gives me kind of like strength energy. The masculine is learning compassion and understanding through the understanding of his emotions. And while this is all happening, you, feminine, are busy focusing on your day-to-day life. You feel like there's a hang-up. you probably haven't quite realized why this has happened. There's this deep sense of longing and desire and wishing for the thing and all the different possibilities of how it could come about. But it's not the right time, because this isn't, at this point, unfortunately, this journey isn't about you. It's about your masculine's perspective and him needing to realize what it means to truly be a high vibrational man, if that makes sense, you know? Because in our society, we've been taught these very toxic masculine traits, and maybe this masculine may have exhibited these behaviors towards you in the past because he believed this is the way that things were. There's something about belief systems here that are being broken apart by this heart awakening that this masculine has experienced. And maybe you have been looking for these answers, and the answers are coming. And so with the Three of Fire now, we have this forward movement, this manifestation coming through. And this King of Earth is now presenting himself as the Emperor. So some of you could be dealing with the, let's see, what do we have on the board? We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the King of Water, Queen of Water, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with the Queen of Earth and the King of Earth. And of course we have Aries and Pisces with the Hanged Man and the Emperor. I was trying to see if I should pull more cards, but Spirit is telling me that this is okay. This is the message essentially. So if you've been waiting for something, this is definitely a twin flame reading. If you've been waiting for this masculine, you're in the right place, feminine. You're not doing it. Embrace compassion. If you've been struggling, okay, this is a message that needs to come out apparently. If you've been struggling with understanding your masculine's perspective, the answers you need are coming in time, but you need to be open to them. And one of the issues that you may be having right now is the inability to let go of how things will develop. And in addition to that, you may be coming from a place of codependency or lack mentality, right? You have everything you need. There is always enough. With the Koi fish spirit and the Justice card, everything that you gave back, right? The Justice card is also divine counterpart energy for me. Everything that you gave to your masculine will be returned to you in time. You just need to trust the process. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. Feel free to leave a comment down below if any of this resonated for you. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, what your interpretations are, and whether or not this relates to you. And of course, if you did enjoy the content, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And as always, I am sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.